Greetings, Abraham, Esther, and Jerry.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm enjoying these leading edge conversations and expansion.
We are too.
My pure desire is for further clarity and a feeling of ease on the topic of acquiring or purchasing a beautiful, pristine, native land property offered by my uncles to myself and my siblings. This property means the vision I have is we used to spend time there as children.
So it's unfolding. In other words, it's been in your vortex for a long time, and now the offer has been made. So what thoughts are in the way of that?
The how can I align to help this occur?
There are two different questions that you're asking in that sentence. As we make this clarification, it will help you a lot. I want to align with the idea of this. I want to know what to do or how to do it. That's a different question. And if we can convince you that your work is only to align with the idea of it, and that the how and the where and the when and the who will reveal themselves to you, already have, but you will be in the place that you can receive it. In other words, it's already unfolding. And so don't sweat the small stuff and trip over the details, because when you do that, you're not aligned. So what do you think is most important? To align with the idea of it, or to figure out how? Most important question.
Align with the
We're going to
idea.
ask it again, not just with this, but we want you all to think about it relative to things that are important to you. What do you think, that thing that matters so much to you? What's more important for you to align with the idea of it, align with the feeling of it, or to figure out how to do it? Because most of you are oriented to not letting yourself align until you've figured out how to do it. Well, can you feel how that slows everything down? All this time that we've spent together, do you get it? That alignment is something that is apart from everything else. When you think about what you want and why you want it, that's so clean and clear and pure. Those are thoughts as pristine as this land is that you are talking about. But when you try to figure out how it's going to come, when it's going to come, who's going to help you, now you're introducing all kinds of resistance into the equation, and you're not aligned. You want to get out ahead of it energetically and then let everything else fall into place. Do you believe that it's attraction, attraction, attraction?
Yes.
What should I do? How should I do this? This is not a question that someone who believes in the law of attraction would ever ask. If you really understand attraction, then your question is, what can I do to most be in that feeling place of letting this thing that I want in? And can you feel that if you ask a question that you don't know the answer to, you get all wadded up in it? But when you ask a question that you do know the answer to, it opens circuits. So do you know the answer to the question, how do I align to source? We're asking all of you, do you know the answer to the question, how do I line up with my inner being? Do you know the answer to the question, what should I do about that? You usually don't know the answer to that question. So you want to ask yourself the question that you know the answer to. We jumped right into the middle of your question there because you were asking a contradictory question. I want to align with source and know what action to take. Helpful?
Helpful.
All right, so now from where you now are?
Being in alignment with source, I can see and feel this unfolding.
Is that enough?
Not quite yet.
It's got to be enough. That's got to be enough. You can't demand now to change in order to affect the way you feel. It has to be all right that it's like it is, and you have to find a way to feel the way you want to feel. There's so much going on that you can't control.
I want to know, not just see and feel, but to know.
What about knowing it and then not knowing it, knowing it, then not knowing it, knowing it? Don't you just want to practice the feeling of that alignment?
Yes.
So what gets in the way of that? Is it pleasurable to envision it?
Yes.
Is it pleasurable to doubt it?
No.
So if it's more pleasurable to envision it, then why would you not just envision it?
It makes perfect sense.
It does right now. It does right now because right now you're in alignment. That's just what you do. Much of the world would call you a dreamer or not realistic, but we don't want you to be realistic. The reality right now is that you don't own that property. And the reality right now is that you can't see the route to it. But there's a reality over here that you can feel because your inner being does know the route and is expressing it to you. And as you practice the feeling of that alignment, it will occur to you. It will occur to you. A path will unfold. It is absolute.
Yes, and the journey.
Enjoying the journey. Enjoying the journey. And enjoying the journey is not a safeguard against. We're speaking to our previous questioner. Enjoying the journey isn't what you say because you're trying to cover up your fear of failure. They're two very different things. I enjoy the journey because I'll never get to the destination. No, I'm enjoying the journey because the destination is certain. And how do you know the destination is certain? Because your inner being knows it. Your inner being's already standing there in the full manifestation of what you are asking for.